Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Solana price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. And of course, as I mentioned in the previous video for XRP and FET, Solana is one of the main altcoins that is gonna be taken for a comparison between altcoins to see if we are still looking for one more wave towards the upside, which it might be, of course, our Altseason coming next. So starting on the daily chart here, we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished impulse towards the upside, finishing wave A or wave 1. After both case scenario, we would like to see, of course, a correction wave in 3 waves, A, B, and a C, as we have clearly here. Very nice zigzag finishing wave V or a wave 2. Meaning you are in an A, B, and a C, or in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning, of course, for the blue count, higher scenario and higher prices, of course, are recommended. Another scenario can be, of course, a double 1, 2, 1, 2. Of course, in your orange scenario, looking for a wave 2 here, and then start to move towards the upside. Now, the good thing is between all these possible scenarios, they have one common point where they can meet all together and finish this move towards the downside in case we are looking for a correction. Meaning, after a wave A, B, C in your yellow count, you are looking for probable 3 waves down or even an impulse toward the downside. Both case scenario recommend, of course, around the 0.38 and the 0.5. Of course, in case we are impulsive, then you're looking for an ABC toward the downside, bigger correction. Probably if you are just corrective in 3 waves, you might move down, of course, and continue for higher in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a bigger impulse toward the upside, meaning 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and then 5 waves toward the upside. And in this case scenario, if you got a 3 waves down, this is very much in confluence with your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning your wave 4 here has to be exactly the same. 3 corrective wave hitting perfectly inside this fib level and start to move towards the upside. Another thing is when you have a 1, 2, 1, 2 again in the orange scenario, if you are looking after a 1, 2 here, your wave 2 also has to be 3 corrective waves. The 0.38 is the minimum requirement for a wave 2, and 0.5 can be a perfect target for a wave 2, and of course continuation toward the upside. So the confluence between all these scenarios is incredible, of course, at this position here and price action between those fib levels in case, of course, we face a big correction or a bear market, we say, of course, which is corrective, and then continuation toward the upside. Now, let's dive a little bit deeper if we have really finished this wave 5. Of course, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks already finished in 5 ways toward the upside, but there is still one more possibility that I have here, of course, for Solana, which it might, of course, unfold one more wave toward the upside in case we are still looking a little bit higher, a little bit with one more leg, which it can be your Altseason, of course, a signal here and triggering this wave toward the upside. Same as for XRP, FET, and probably other altcoins that we might see today in the dominance analysis. So let's dive deeper here. And what we are looking for here, of course, you know that we have probably topped here for Ethereum. It's Solana. For Solana, probably in the first scenario as expanding diagonal, right? As 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, as you said, okay, we are still expecting probably one more wave towards the upside because normally a wave 5 in your expanding diagonal has to be much, much higher and even, of course, in a zigzag form. Meaning you would like to see your final wave as a zigzag toward the upside, as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And it should look like, as you say, always for an expanding diagonal, it should look like a shark teeth, right? Which is the most rare case scenario, but in this case, there is no other scenarios that they are working for us for this impulse. Because, of course, after we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, your wave 4 has invalidated this impulse directly before getting our wave 5. Even went down even much more lower just to tell us, yes, I'm confirming that this impulse is invalidated. So yeah, basically we are looking definitely for lower prices, and of course we probably one more low, but it doesn't mean that the bullish scenario has no chances anymore. And I'm gonna explain even another new possibility here that we might have. Of course it is low, but still it is important to mention, and I think it could have chances even probably much higher than an expanding flat. But before we move this, an expanding flat target for a wave 5 can be the following. Wave 5 as an expanding diagonal could be, of course, reach this area, which is, of course, the 1.2 here fib level, and yeah, between the 1.618 and the 1.38 fib level. Now we were looking, of course, for a contracting diagonal here, possibly, which is still a possible scenario for us. Don't forget this. It's still possible, of course, to reach this zone, the blue zone, in contracting diagonal, because we did not invalidate it yet. And we have, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now your wave 4 is a little bit deep here, I know, but it's still, of course, possible. It's not yet very longer than your wave 2. So if we want to yeah, if we want to hit, of course, this wave 4, I mean, we already hit the 0.886, which it can be, of course, the best possible scenario for a wave 4. And here we go, we're moving for higher. But the problem is that we might still face one more low, and that because, of course, the price action that we see here. Let's move a little bit closer here, and we see a 1 2 1 2, yeah, and then probably 3 4 not invalidated yet, 4 5 and 4 5. This is the thing that we are looking at. 1 2 3 4 did not invalidate yet because it didn't took the zone 1 yet, and it has moved toward the downside. As you can see, there is a gap still between this invalidation, and we move down. And we move down impulsively as 1 2 3 4 and a 5, probably for a 1 2, and then 3 4 and a 5 to finish your wave 5 here, and then another 4 and a 5, meaning it might still need some lows here to finish this impulse towards the downside. But this is a scenario where it come for the new potential scenario in case we got this wave towards the downside. However, the important thing is to not, of course, invalidate this scenario by hitting this fib level, yeah, or by hitting this price action. Meaning, you would like to see the wave here finishing in this position without, of course, invalidation. So let's say final invalidation of bullish. If we come to this price, then we have to say, okay, a bear market or a big correction is happening here, okay? So if we have the price action here, $165, okay? Now, what is that scenario that I'm talking about? This scenario is the following. What if we have this? 1 2, so you have bottom tier for an ABC, and you are looking for a 1 2. Let's say this is your wave 3. I'm gonna explain how it can be, and then A, B, and a C for a wave 4. But you want that your wave 4 do not get into this invalidation point. Okay, so this again, invalidation point of this scenario, invalidation. Okay. Yeah, so this scenario has some potential, and that because if we are in this scenario and we are looking here at a wave 3, I'm gonna explain how this can be a wave 3, but of course, I mean, this is a problem, but it can still be, guys. I mean, Elliott waves sometimes can have a little bit deviation, like here, 1 2, and this is your wave 3, but your wave 4 again has hit this wave 1, and then 5. But what if this was expanding diagonal, yeah, in a wave 3, rather than having a bigger expanding diagonal? Your wave 3 is the expanding diagonal, okay, here in this case scenario. So we have the problem in this scenario. We have to take all the possibilities, because now the expanding diagonal is very open for a possibility. So we have to test even the minor possibility in Solana to check for alternative before we go in a huge, big expanding diagonal. So what if this is your expanding diagonal? I mean, it looks like a shark teeth as well, right? And it looks like very expanding. And I think it has already hit over than the expanding, yeah, here we go, over than the expanding fib levels for a wave 5. Here we go. Yeah, and I mean, this is how it should look like, by the way. So probably that this might happen, of course, as a wave 3, and then we got, of course, our 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Your wave 4 is an expanding flat here in 3 waves down, right? 3 waves down, sorry, 3 waves down, and then 3 waves up for wave B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of course, double 1, 2 for your wave C here. But you don't want to see invalidation here. You don't want to see the price get to the 165, 63, sorry. Yeah. So as this scenario still has potential even higher than being expanding diagonal. However, at the end, both will lead to the same scenario, yeah, higher prices. But what I'm saying is there is still a potential to see, of course, one more wave up, yeah. And this wave up can be also a wave 5. It can be an impulse, of course, and moving towards the upside, yeah. And this, of course, is still looking like a very expanding diagonal for a wave 3, and probably this might be, of course, your A, B, and a C for a wave 4, and then one more wave 5. Very, yeah, it's it's very expanding, by the way. It's a very dangerous shark teeth here, by the way it became. But yeah, it looks like it can happen. That is 2 scenarios still leading for higher prices. I know both have expanding diagonal, and that's why I tend now, okay, to be accepting an expanding diagonal as an option, whether here or here as a big one, yeah, one of them. So these are the potentials, guys, for Solana, and I think same as for XRP, same for FET. I would say Solana, in case it is still bullish, yeah, and this scenario plays, I mean, it has a little bit less possibility, but in case it plays and moves up before invalidation 163, Altseason, yeah, this is the Altseason move towards the upside again. So I would say Solana can add a third point here for an Altseason that it might come, of course, in our dominance analysis for the Bitcoin, which is coming, of course, tonight. And that was it for Solana. I just want to explain what are the potential, but however, lower prices still needed, but we don't have to invalidate. If invalidation happens, I mean, Solana will lose this point for the Altseason. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.